There's not a Conservative or a Labour way to empty the bins. Instead, residents want good services at an affordable price without the political knockabout. In 2019 in West Lancashire, that's been increasingly recognised, as our West Lancashire have had our most successful year to date, as our annual report explains.
Our West Lancashire led the campaign against Labour's ill-conceived local plan proposals, the 16,000 houses and the loss of large areas of greenbelt and prime agricultural land. Our campaign led to a record-breaking number of consultation responses. Labour's planning chief then resigned in March and the plans were paused. After Our West Lancashire took 4 seats off Labour in May's elections, the proposals were jettisoned for good. Our West Lancashire now have a voice when fresh proposals come forward, and we're already shaping an alternative vision. Our initial ideas for preserving prime agricultural land, scaling back housing numbers to just local need, and planting more woodland have won wide support. On a smaller, more immediate scale, we've secured environmental improvements in 2019. Councillor Kate Mitchell got bedding plants returned to the fire station roundabout in Ormskirk after Conservative County Council cuts, while Labour U-turned and retained the popular free tree scheme after a campaign from OWL. As the year ends, our campaign for traffic light enforcement cameras on County Road after a series of horrific accidents continues to gather pace. In March, Jane Thompson and Kate Mitchell hosted a packed meeting with the Lancashire Transport Chief at the Hayfield pub, and then secured the crucial police support for cameras. The accident black spot is now high on the list for a new type of camera once ministerial approval is given. In September, OWL councillors welcomed and promoted the greater range of plastics that can now be recycled in Lancashire, and ended the year setting the agenda. Our motion in December to end single-use plastics at the Borough Council passed unanimously. Edgehill University brings many benefits to the borough, but managing its impacts on residents has always been high on Our West Lancashire's agenda, something Labour and Conservatives shy away from. Edgehill's student numbers are falling, and some student houses are part empty or for sale, so we proposed using money that would otherwise have to be returned to central government to purchase student houses and convert them back into rented council homes for families. Parking problems associated with the university plague residential streets for weeks and months, especially every autumn. We've called for park and ride in the past, and in October, our council motion resulted in a new task group between the university, the police, and councils. It will meet in the new year to try to identify long-term improvements to this problem. Meanwhile, OWL activist Blair Piggin has highlighted concerning proposals from the Conservative government to allow 2 stories to be added to buildings without requiring planning permission, creating the worrying prospect of our historic streetscapes being changed out of all recognition. OWL will be watching what happens to these proposals closely. Finally, opposition from Ormskirk OWL candidates before May's elections saw the controversial plans to build student flats at Ormskirk bus station shelved. We want a full public consultation on new plans to achieve a scheme that has wide public support. Our West Lancashire's community work continued with litter picks, roadside planter sponsorship, alleyway cleans, and a makeover of the children's section of the graveyard at the parish church in Ormskirk. We're always ready to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty, so let us know of any grot spots that may need our attention. The culture at the council still leaves a lot to be desired, and its decision-making processes still leads to mistakes. Take the famous 800-year-old market. In June, Just 7 councillors made the decision for council employees to no longer put up market stalls for traders. Other councillors had absolutely no say. The decision took less than 1 minute to make, with no debate. Before the decision, there was no consultation with stallholders and no consultation with the council employees affected, 16 of whom faced the prospect of redundancy notices. Our West Lancashire talked to stallholders and found that only 1 in 5 stallholders agreed with the proposed changes, while further investigation has revealed that the financial position of the market, as reported to councillors, and on which basis they made the decision, contained inconsistencies and did not reflect current operational practice. Our councillors and activists work year-round, and as the year drew towards its close, the community Christmas tree, reinstated and organised by Our West Lancashire for the past 3 years, once again took pride of place outside Ormskirk Parish Church thanks to the generosity of locals. While Councillor David stepped in to help out a busy Father Christmas at a local village hall, and other councillors supported community Christmas events. Our West Lancashire are independent, putting residents first and foremost, with no party headquarters calling the shots. In May, 4 more Our councillors were elected to the West Lancashire Council. 2020 holds even more promise. Why not join us and get involved?